Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about a group of medication called the Dpp-4 inhibitors, examples of which can be seen now on the screen. This is where not taking control of your diabetes can start costing money. Medication in this class of anti-diabetic medications are very expensive, and in the United States it can cost up to $450 for a month's supply of these tablets. And in the UK it can cost about $60 for a month's supply of medication, and in India it can cost up to about 1,000 Indian rupees for a month's supply. So these are not very cheap medications. A lot of people continue to take this medication unnecessarily even though they haven't made an improvement in their HbA1c. This class of medication, by blocking the activity of an enzyme called DPP-4, stops the breakdown of two important hormones in your body called GLP-1 and GIP. The GLP-1s are a very important hormone which helps suppress your appetite, and there is a group of medication called GLP-1 agonists which are more powerful, about which I will talk in a future video. The common side effects of the Dpp-4 inhibitor class of medications are it can sometimes give you a very stuffy nose, it can give you a cough, as well as sometimes it can give you a headache. Now it can very rarely also cause inflammation of your pancreas. Now the pancreas is the organ in your body that produces insulin. So if you have severe pain in your tummy, then you should stop this medication and talk to your doctor. The Dpp-4 inhibitors can also cause you to have what we call gastrointestinal symptoms. These are nausea, a bit of diarrhea, maybe bloated stomach, and they usually pass after a few weeks. I haven't discussed all the possible side effects with these medications, and you should certainly consult the product literature when you start taking these medications to see if you are having any of the side effects. All the newer medications that treat diabetes have trials before they are released onto the market. And when you look at the trials that involved the Dpp-4 inhibitor medications, they only improve your diabetes very marginally, about 0.5 to 0.6%, or about 7 millimoles in total. For example, if your HbA1c is about 60, it can bring down to about 53. However, if your HbA1c was higher when you started on Dpp-4 inhibitors, it can bring it down by a bigger percentage or a bigger number. But it's very important that you check your HbA1c at least 6 months after you have been started on Dpp-4 inhibitor, as the current guidelines in the UK suggest that you should stop your Dpp-4 inhibitor if your HbA1c fails to improve by 0.5% or about 6 millimoles in 6 months time. So this is why I keep stressing that it's important that you take control of your diabetes, because if you start on these medications and you don't follow it up with HbA1c, you wouldn't know whether this medication had any benefit or not. And certainly it's a really expensive medication, so if it is not making any difference, you should talk to your doctor to maybe consider a different type of medication. But you could only do this if you had checked HbA1c at least 6 months after you had commenced on this medication. And the second thing is, invariably as people's diabetes progresses, your HbA1c will start deteriorating, and certainly if you had to go on another medication to better control your diabetes, then that might be a time again to think about stopping your Dpp-4 inhibitor. And certainly if you're going on to insulin, you should strongly consider stopping your Dpp-4 inhibitor. Again, this is something you need to discuss with your doctor, but knowing how it works and knowing whether it had been beneficial or not would help your doctor decide better as well. You should stop any of this medication if you have a severe allergic reaction, And you could also consider stopping these medications after discussing with your doctor if you have persistent side effects. Thank you very much, and please do subscribe and share my videos.